The Flash film has had an unfortunate history to say the least, so in this video we're going to be diving into how exactly it was made. In October of 2014, Ezra Miller was confirmed to be cast as the Flash in the upcoming Warner Bros. DCEU movie, with the release date being set in 2018. At the time, no director had been locked onto the project. Just a week before, the first episode of the CW series with the same name aired, with Grant Gustin starring as the lead character. An early draft of the script was written by Phil Lord and Chris Miller in 2015, who are now more commonly known for directing the recent Spider-Verse movies to great success. Lord and Miller soon pulled out in favour of doing Solo, a Star Wars story, for Lucasfilm. In June of 2016, it was announced that Rick Famuyiwa landed the gig of directing The Flash. In October of that same year, he left the project due to creative differences, saying, "It's been disappointing that we couldn't come together creatively on the project." Before departing, Famuyiwa had cast Kiersey Clemens and Billy Crudup as Iris West and Henry Allen. Clemens stayed on the project while Crudup was replaced with Ron Livingston. Moving to 2017, fans were first told at Comic-Con that the film would be based on the 2011 comic Flashpoint. Around this time, John Francis Daley and Jonathan Goldstein had joined the project and soon after departed. The pair are known for their 2019 film Game Night and their recent Dungeons & Dragons film. They stated that their version of the movie would have been more light-hearted than previous DCEU films and referenced Back to the Future as an example. In 2018, before the film was supposed to release, The Flash was delayed an entire year so Ezra could film the second installment of the Fantastic Beasts franchise. Reportedly, when Miller returned in 2019, they were unhappy with the script and decided to write their own pitch for the film. Grant Morrison, the man who co-wrote Ezra's new script, said that it was a sci-fi heavy movie and for the most part would stray away from the multiverse aspects and the numerous cameos previously planned for the film. The exclusion of the cameos was ultimately the reason the studio declined Miller's script. While at this point the movie still had no director, in August of 2019, Andy Muschietti, the director of both It films, confirmed he would be directing the Flash movie. Fast forward to 2020, Muschietti confirmed he would still be adapting the 2011 Flashpoint comic. That same year, Ezra had reprised his role as the Flash in the Crisis on Infinite Earths crossover event on the CW, in which he had a short cameo where he interacted with Grant Gustin's Barry Allen. The Flash was expected to make a July 2022 release date, but then COVID hit. Weirdly, the studio moved the film forward to June 2022 release date before ultimately pushing it back to November once the pandemic got worse. Finally, after numerous delays, director changes and script rewrites, The Flash began filming in May 2021. Soon after, set photos began to leak, showing Michael Keaton reprising his role as Bruce Wayne from Tim Burton's 1989 film. The photos also showed Sasha Calle in what appeared to be the role of Supergirl. As The Flash slowly continued filming, the DCEU began to crumble around it. Ray Fisher, the actor who portrayed Cyborg in 2017's Justice League and 2021's Zack Snyder's Justice League, had brought allegations of abuse forward at the director of 2017 film Joss Whedon, stating that the experience he had on set was toxic and abusive. This conflict led to him being fired from his upcoming cameo in the Flash film. By this point, Zack Snyder had left the DCEU and the Snyderverse behind, leaving the Flash film muddled with confusion in terms of continuity with the Snyderverse due to the fact that Ben Affleck was also confirmed to be in the film as Bruce Wayne. While The Flash continued to move forward with production, on March 2022, the Flash film had finished production and was hurtling towards its release date, when the star of the film, Ezra Miller, was charged with disorderly conduct and harassment after being arrested at a bar in Hawaii. Miller began yelling obscenities and at one point grabbed the microphone from a 23-year-old woman singing karaoke and later lunged at a 32-year-old man playing darts. That April, the actor pleaded no contest to the disorderly charge and was issued a $500 fine. However, that wasn't the first time Miller had been involved in controversy. In April 2020, a video surfaced online of Ezra Miller appearing to be choking a woman outside a bar. After the Hawaii incident, the controversies continued to occur. In April of 2022, they were arrested on a second-degree assault charge. During 2022, Ezra is accused of grooming. That same month, another parent accuses Ezra of grooming. August 2022, they are accused of burglary. Ezra claims to be seeking help for their complex mental health issues. October 2022, Ezra pleads not guilty on burglary charge, and finally, in April of 2023, the Flash director Andy Muschietti addresses Ezra's controversies, stating, "Ezra is well now. We are all hoping that they get better. They're taking steps to recovery." He added, "They're dealing with mental health issues, but they're well. We talked to them not long ago and they're very committed to getting better." After an exhausting amount of problems with the film, be it director changes, script rewrites, delays, controversies, The Flash was finally heading towards its June 2023 release date and the marketing had started to pick up. James Gunn, the new head of DC, claimed The Flash is one of the best superhero movies he'd ever seen. But the head of DC saying that an upcoming DC movie is good isn't exactly breaking news. What was more interesting was in March of 2023 when Tom Cruise came out to say, "It's probably one of the best superhero movies he's ever seen." This is the first time Cruise has ever done something of this nature, and it has led to some speculation of the legitimacy of it. To add more fuel to this flame, in May 2023, Stephen King tweeted, "I got an advanced screening of The Flash today. As a rule, I don't care a lot for superhero movies, but this one is special. It's heartfelt, funny, and eye-popping. I loved it." Could WB be buying celebrity reactions in order to boost excitement for the film? Perhaps a way to distract from Ezra's controversies, some speculated. It was finally June 2023. After so many setbacks, the film had finally released, but to mixed reviews. Some calling it the best DC film ever and others calling it the worst. The film opened with a $55 million opening weekend domestically, one of the lowest openings for a DC movie in the past 10 years. Out of the many critiques about this film, one of the main ones being about its surprisingly bad CGI for a movie that's been in development for 9 years and an over $250 million budget. The director has since defended the film, claiming the bad CGI was intentional, stating, "Everything is distorted in terms of lights and textures. We enter this water world which is basically being in Barry's POV. It was part of the design, so if it looks a little weird to you, that was intended." To conclude, The Flash is a film that has had an unfortunate history to say the least, and in my personal opinion, doesn't seem to be worth all the trouble just for the film to open with lukewarm reviews and an underwhelming box office. But that's it for this video. Thank you guys for watching. Let me know your thoughts on the situation down in the comments below. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe. I'd really appreciate it. And I will see you guys in the next video. Bye.